Every NFL season of the 2010s explained in 27 minutes. You know this video is going to take us an hour to get through, especially when it goes to the Chargers.
If you were around for the 2010 NFL season, chances are you remember the Beastquake.
Where was y'all at when Beastquake first happened? I'll never forget. I was in the seafood restaurant picking up food, and I just happened to catch this part of the game. Amazing.
You probably remember Aaron Rodgers rising to the top. You might even recall Mark Sanchez beating both Peyton Manning and Tom Brady in back-to-back playoff games. But what you may forget is that the Seahawks won their division with a losing record. Tom Brady threw 36 touchdowns to just 4 interceptions to win MVP, and that Michael Vick returned to deliver one of the most electrifying comebacks in NFL history. 2010 didn't have one dominant narrative. It was scattered and a bit unpredictable. It was the kind of season where everything, from seeding to momentum, got thrown out the window once January started. And there was commotion off the field as well. The collective bargaining agreement was set to expire, and the threat of a lockout loomed. But on the field, the Patriots went 14-2 behind Tom Brady's unanimous MVP campaign, but they flamed out immediately in the playoffs, stunned at home by the 6-seed Jets. Arian Foster came out of nowhere to lead the NFL in rushing with 1,600 yards and 6.
Damn. Arian, nigga, do you see this Kyle Orton? Wow. You know what I'm gonna start doing, man? I'm gonna stop hating on players for no reason. Because when they're not playing anymore, we're gonna be doing this shit in like 4 or 5 years. The same shit. When players like DK Metcalf, George Pickens, whatever, I mean they're younger. Let me think of some older players. Who are some older like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin's, you know, names like that. Odell Beckham's. Like we literally watched Odell's entire career. Why you say fuck Mike Evans? Stephon Diggs is another one. We watched the entire career of Odell Beckham. Keenan for sure. All right, I respect him now. They won the bowl. I would too.
16 touchdowns,
and it was
giving
a
the
game
Texans
17.
a real offensive identity for the first time in franchise history. The Colts and Ravens were still clinging to AFC
Rest in peace, Jacoby.
supremacy, but the Steelers reminded everyone that they knew how to get it done in the playoffs. Big Ben returned from a 4-game suspension and led Pittsburgh back to the Super Bowl with a team that just refused to break. James Harrison and Troy Polamalu still led that defense. In the NFC, the Falcons were the 1 seed, the Saints were the defending champs, and the Eagles had Michael Vick back in full form, throwing bombs and rewriting
This is a crazy season.
his legacy after returning from prison. But it was the Packers, a 10-6 wildcard team that barely snuck into the...
Was the NFC quarterbacks better at this point? Because I know we had a discussion the other day. Because right now you got Matt Ryan, you got A-Rod, you got Michael Vick on the Eagles, you got like, I mean, but on the AFC, you still got Manning, and you got Breeze on there too. But you still got Peyton, Brady, Big Ben, and Phillip, and then everybody else. Like,
that defense. In the NFC, the Falcons were the 1 seed, the Saints were the defending champs, and the Eagles had Michael Vick back in full form, throwing bombs and rewriting his legacy.
I was sneaking Phillip in nasty. You do know the 2010 season, we was amazing. Let me look up Phillip's stats in 2020, 2010. Let's look up 2010 passing leaders. If Phillip ain't had more than 3,500 passing yards, I'm pussy. How is sneaking Phillip in crazy? It's something with the Chargers every year. It's something.
After returning from prison. But it was the Packers, a 10-6 wildcard team that barely snuck into the playoffs, who caught fire. Rodgers, who hadn't won an MVP yet, played the best football of his life. He shredded the Eagles, lit up the Falcons, and survived a brutal NFC Championship game in Chicago, where Jay Cutler exited early and Caleb Haney nearly pulled off a miracle. And the Super Bowl was not quite a classic, but it was a good game. Rodgers and Roethlisberger certainly made for a spectacular showdown. The Steelers came back from a 21-3 hole, but Rodgers was...
shit. My game is still on Vice City. I've been rage quit that game. I just checked it. I've been ready to quit that game.
Just too precise. He finished with 304 yards, 3 touchdowns, and the Super Bowl MVP. The Packers were champions for the first time since Brett Favre's prime.
Hey, it's crazy that A-Rod only won one time. I remember for years I used to go to bat for A-Rod that he was better than Brady. And then Brady won like 3 more times, and I was like, "Yo, I'm just beating a dead horse right now. I'm not gonna win this battle."
The Jets' window slammed shut, and the Patriots, over a half-decade removed from their last Super Bowl victory, started getting labeled as a regular season team. But Rodgers became a made man, with the Packers looking like they might be the NFL's next dynasty. However, in 2011, it felt like every elite quarterback was throwing for 5,000 yards. Calvin Johnson was single-handedly taking over games and mossing triple coverages.
That's insane.
Tim Tebow became the biggest superstar in the league, and if you're
Was Tebow ever a superstar? That nigga has one game that I can remember him having. Superstar is insane. He was never the best quarterback in the division, let alone superstar. He had the one throw to Demaryius, rest in peace. He had the one throw to Demaryius. Other than that, that's about it. Like, superstar is insane. That nigga had an insanity run.
If you're a Patriots fan, you might still have nightmares.
This is an amazing throw. I will say this. This is a dime. Eli might be ass. He might be dog water. But this is a fucking dime.
Thinking about Mario Manningham. The lockout dominated the summer, and at first, it looked like there might not be football at all. But once
I'll be shit.
the CBA got signed and the games finally started, it was business as usual, except for the fact that QBs were shredding defenses at will. Cam Newton had the best rookie quarterback season ever. Drew Brees threw for 5,476 yards.
Golly, shit. Yo, how many? Hold on. Hey Siri, what's the math on that? Let me do some quick research. 5,400 yards divided by 16, 337. Good God, a game?
Tom Brady threw for 5,200. Stafford crossed 5,002. And Aaron Rodgers didn't hit that mark, but he had the best season of them all. 45 touchdowns, just 6 interceptions, a record 122.5 passer rating, and an MVP trophy to go with a 15-1 record for the Packers.
I'm not going to lie to you, bro. It's kind of sad that they only won one time with this team. When they had Cobb in the slot, Jordy and who am I forgetting? Not only James Jones, but is it Greg Jennings? No, they had Jordy and Greg on the outside, Cobb in the slot. They had the tight end too, Donald Driver. They had running backs. They had James Starks. I mean, Eddie Lacy had a good 1 year, but it's kind of crazy they didn't win. And he didn't have to. I mean, Rodgers had to go against Breeze in the playoffs, but he didn't have to go up against like the Brady yet. We never got a Brady Rodgers bowl. That would have settled the debate.
Green Bay looked completely untouched.
Yeah, Greg Jennings. That's who it was. Greg Jennings. I'm sorry, Greg Jennings. That's what I was thinking of. Greg Jennings. Yeah. Like Clay, AJ Hawk, Charles Woodson. Like,
all year. But come playoff time, everyone started back at zero. And when the lights came on in January, the Packers folded. The Giants walked into Lambeau and knocked off the defending champs 37-20, just like they did 4 years earlier. The Giants snuck into the playoffs as a wild card once again and turned into a completely different team overnight. In the AFC, Tim Tebow stunned the football world in the wild card round.
Why can the Steelers have won how many times in the past 20 years? One? And it's crazy. They won twice? When did they win the first time? They didn't win 06? So 06 and 11? I guess twice ain't that bad. But wasn't Who was the coach? All I'm saying, like, for the past 10 years, I feel like the Steelers have been, like, we're used to the old Steelers with, like, Bill Cowher and shit. This ain't really that surprising.
Throwing
I mean, it is, but it ain't.
80-yard touchdown to Demaryius Thomas on the first play of overtime to beat the Steelers.
That's still crazy.
Instantly becoming one of the most improbable playoff moments in NFL history. But ultimately, it came down to the Patriots and Ravens. Brady had
What the fuck is that stash?
moments in NFL history. But ultimately, it came down to the Patriots and Ravens.
Lock this nigga up. Lock this nigga up. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all should have knew. Y'all wasn't gonna win this game. Y'all should. Elite? Fuck no. If anybody come around me with this mustache, I'm calling the police. Because you don't have good intentions. You walked out the house purposefully with this. You don't have good intentions. D, you wasn't even a fan of the fucking Ravens at this point. Shut up.
Ravens.
You can't even say what happened in this game. What happened in this game, D? What happened in this game? 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Lights went out. My point exactly. You don't even know your own fucking team.
Brady had weapons once again. Gronk
How the lights go on the outside? Huh? How? They outside.
had the best season ever by a tight end. Wes Welker was still Wes Welkering, and Belichick didn't
Like, they don't even know his own team.
have a little lady distracting him. But the Ravens
This was the bit. Oh, I forgot this happened before he missed that field goal.
almost had them. However, Lee Evans dropped the game winner.
Granted, that's a really good defensive play.
But the Ravens almost had them. However,
It's a really good defensive play.
Lee Evans dropped the game winner. Billy Cundiff
Now this. They wanted this nigga dead.
Been on a whole lot of gang shit, you know, never let.
It's a real nigga party, you cannot get in. Busting out the mid. Phone I don't fuck with rap.
They wanted his head on a stake. Boy, don't let Juan see this. I hope Juan went to sleep.
No, I'm not a fan. Damn. Niggas really shoot no accident.
They wanted to slide and slime this nigga out something crazy.
missed the gimme, and
Because this is a bad miss, too.
New England somehow survived. Then Super Bowl 46 was a rematch of Super Bowl 42, and it played out almost the exact same way too. The Patriots had the lead late in a low-scoring game, and the Giants needed a miracle. So Eli Manning dropped a perfect pass over two defenders down the sideline to Mario Manningham.
Crazy.
It was their helmet catch 2.0. Then a few plays later, Ahmad Bradshaw accidentally scored, and the Patriots ran out of time, losing 21-17. The Giants proved again that once you're in, anything is possible. Eli Manning
I'm hoping one day the Chargers can do some shit like this.
now had 2 rings, both over Tom Brady, and
Damn, Aaron Hernandez.
both in near identical fashion. The Patriots dynasty was in a serious drought, and
Imagine he would have dove and catch this shit. I would have hated the Patriots forever.
New York fans had all the ammo they'd ever need in any Brady debate. But the 2012
No, they don't.
season began in disastrous fashion, as the NFL had a lockout of their official referees, replacing them with unprepared off-brand officials who
These niggas sucked. Yo.
The Munge Bimp cheered. X33. This mackin' me moister than an oyster. Rar.
Go take a shower. These niggas suck, man. Bro, I'll never forget. I was on team like, yeah, nigga, get the replacement refs in there. These niggas got in the game and fucked it up within the first week. This shit was sad. Man, I ain't gonna lie. We would have been better with no refs. Just let them niggas play ball. Nigga, the longest yard style. Let them niggas just play ball. Whatever happens, happens. Nigga, start that clock and don't stop until they hit 60 or 0. Whoever scores, they win. Because they fucked up so many games. So many games, dude. And at some point, I felt like they was doing it on purpose to prove that they needed the refs back.
quickly became the laughingstock of America.
Like, these don't even look like refs.
The debacle peaked with the infamous Hail Mary
I still don't understand how this is a touchdown.
on Monday
You can look and see.
Night Football when a
Like,
blown call
what? He ain't even got a...
handed the Seahawks a win over the Packers and forced the league to bring the real referees back.
This is crazy.
And this season was historic for quarterbacks once again, but not the ones you'd expect. Not Brady, Manning, or Breeze. This was the year the new kids took over. Andrew Luck, Russell Wilson, and most of all, Robert Griffin III.
Fuck Ron Rivera, man. Oh, we're gonna watch. I'll watch after this. Fuck Ron Rivera, man. This is what JD5 was supposed to be.
RG3 was amazing, making the read.
Robert Griffin is what JD5 is supposed to be doing right now. Did Ron not make him play? Wasn't it Ron Rivera coaching his team? Or was it somebody else? Am I tweaking? Oh, I'm tweaking it. My bad, Ron. My bad, Ron. Tight shit. I'll fuck with you, Ron. You know what I'm saying? Ron, I'll fuck with you the long way, the strong way. Never the wrong way, though. You know what I'm saying? I'll fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Barbecue. You know what I'm saying? You invited, Ron.
Option looked revolutionary, and so began a serious shift toward mobile quarterbacks.
Nigga, do y'all remember that game? RG3 had like 500 yards against the Saints. Oh, he cooked that shit. Oh my God. That was some of the best ball. He might not have 500 yards, but he had a crazy game. Right here, bruh. It was in a dome, too. Oh, my goodness.
Drew Brees.
Man, listen.
And the New Orleans Saints getting set to open up the 2012 season against Robert Griffin.
Man, listen, bruh. He threw a bomb. This shit. I don't know what a bomb is. That's the
6 on the Redskins' first possession. He fires downfield. He's now 7 for 7 as Garcon breaks free.
Pierre Garcon. Yeah, I'll make sure my kids know about Pierre Garcon, bro. I don't know why, but he was just cold, man. I don't know what he like, bro. Pierre Garcon was just nice. Like, if he was in any other market, he would have been in the running for like best or top whatever receivers at one point. This nigga was cold. Like, he didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing crazy. He just did everything really good.
It's to number 88 for the first touchdown of
What's up?
RG3's NFL
Pierre, Santana, Alfred, and RG3. This was
career. Well, it looks like they didn't go with the screen.
Don is out of town. I think Don gets back today. He said it last week, though. He said it last week.
Robert Griffin III.
He said it last week. I remember him saying something like that. This was... They whooped their ass,
everything
too.
around, absolutely.
They whooped their ass.
Throws downfield. And the catch.
I'm looking for that bomb he threw. He threw a bomb, if I'm not mistaken.
About 8 blocks from the... And it's the last thing that he told Aaron.
I want to say he threw a bomb.
Before he was getting the suspension, no more contact.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe I'm tripping.
Down on.
Could have sworn he threw a bomb, though.
Takes it in.
It's cool. But this was... Hey. Y'all remember that time not Argentina. Andrew like walked them niggas down? Hold up. After this, I'm done going off a tangent. Andrew Luck walked these niggas down. This was real bull. This is real hoops right here. They was down, what, 24-0?
Houston, Luck, quick snap, lines up, throws a pass, intercepted by Brady.
They was getting whooped.
Ball's loose, Luck.
He fumbled, got the ball back, scored.
Again. He will give it to Donald Brown. Donald fights his way. Now ball's loose. Luck picks it up. And Luck scores!
Damn. This is watching old games. I did that during like the 24 or something like that.
This rookie class was insane. Andrew Luck took a 2-14 Colts team to the playoffs. Russell Wilson led Seattle
How good do y'all think Andrew Luck would have been?
to an 11-5 season, and RG3 ended the regular season
Breast cancer, man. Bring it back. Please bring it back, man. This shit is just means something to me. Bring this shit back, bro. It didn't even match nothing. Nothing else matched. But it was just tough, nigga.
season on a 7-game win streak. But the young signal caller who made the biggest impact by season's end was not any of them. It was second-year backup
I still got my BCA Elite socks too.
turned starter Colin Kaepernick. Midway through the season, Alex Smith got hurt,
That nigga helmet is crunching in.
prompting Kaepernick to step in and light it up. Jim Harbaugh kept rolling with him even once Smith got healthy, and the 49ers never looked back.
Wait, was this the season that he shook Eric Weddle? I'm not gonna go look for it.
His speed, arm, and command of the pistol offense,
And you better not show the shit.
it was something no one in the league had ever really seen. And with a dominant defense,
God damn, Patrick.
pistol offense, it was
Hey,
something
when you really watch this nigga run, he really be galloping. Like, look at the amount of grass he covered in fucking 2 seconds.
no one in the league had ever really seen. And with a dominant defense led by Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman, and Alden Smith, San Francisco was suddenly the scariest team in the league. Calvin Johnson broke the single-season receiving record for the Lions, but in Minneapolis, Adrian Peterson was making everyone rethink whether or not he was actually human. Coming off a torn ACL and MCL, he ran
This nigga busted our ass. This nigga busted our ass something crazy, and I'm hoping that these highlights ain't on us. What's this? You up 12-2? What's that, Bats? Wait, what?
for 2,097 yards, 8 yards shy of the all-time single-season record, and carried the Vikings to the playoffs. It was the greatest running back season in league history, and it earned him the MVP. Over in Denver, Peyton Manning was back, now in a Broncos jersey with a surgically repaired neck. But you wouldn't have been able to tell by watching him. The Broncos won 13 games and secured the 1 seed in the AFC, setting up.
Bro, when you really think about it, man, the Chargers ain't never really been in the ass division. When is our time, bro? Can we be in a division like the AFC South or like the NFC East? Fuck. I just wanted to be 1 year where I know my team gonna win a division. Just once. Fuck, man. Who won the West? The Broncos. Like, we went from fucking, I mean, I guess that era, well, they had Alex Smith too, but we had Drew Brees and
What felt like
I'm saying Chiefs won the West this year, see?
the start of a new golden age in Denver. But in the playoffs, everything went sideways once again. The Texans started the year 11-1 and looked like Super Bowl contenders.
What? Who them niggas beat? They was beating up on high school teams. Hold on. Ain't no way them niggas started off 11-1. Hold up. Let me see something real quick. Damn. Them niggas had match squabs. Fuck it. Hey. Them niggas wasn't, man. I'll text that nigga right now. Them niggas was 11-1? I do not remember that. I don't remember being 11-1. That's just Texans being 11-1. Look at who gave him an L. God damn. He gave them niggas bell. Damn, nigga. 336 and 6 tons. God damn. Whew. Sheesh. Them niggas had a field day. Sheesh. Ooh. They had a field day.
Thanks to J.J. Watt turning into perhaps the most destructive defensive player of the century to this point, but lost 3 of their last 4 and were routed in the divisional round. RG3's career was pretty much ended before it got
Yeah, that was T.J. Yates.
off the ground as he tore his ACL in the wildcard round, and the Broncos got stunned by Joe Flacco,
This rigged ass game.
who launched the mile-high
Like, bro.
miracle past Raheem Moore to tie the game, leading to a
Rigged ass fucking game.
Baltimore win in double overtime, and the Ravens went on a roll, crushing New England in the AFC title game and giving Ray Lewis a chance at a storybook send-off in his final playoff run.
Fucking rigged.
In Super Bowl 4,
You saying Flacco like you even remember what happened. D, who are the quarterbacks that they beat this year? I didn't say that. Who are the quarterbacks that the Ravens beat on the way to the Super Bowl? I think you was a fan after this game. You don't know nothing before this game. I think that's what it is. And it's okay.
47 was the
So
Harbaugh
you really are a 2013 fan.
Bowl between John and Jim. But after the Ravens got
So you really ain't really, I ain't gonna lie, you really ain't witnessed a Super Bowl yet. You just picked the team that won the bowl. That's that too. You just a Lamar fan as well, but hey, listen, I'm the only one in the office now, so I got to be on my P's and Q's. Make sure can't nobody get in here. Appreciate that goddamn. Oh shit. Appreciate that. Speaking of late night snacks, what's the eats, nigga? What's the eats? What's the eats? Nigga had different pita.
got up 28-6 in the third quarter, the NFL rigged the lights to go out in the stadium to stall Baltimore's momentum, and the 49ers made a furious comeback. But Flacco and the Ravens were able to hold on 34-31.
Niners fans, do y'all still want that to be a flag? I don't think that should be a flag. I'm glad it wasn't a flag. I feel like this is some good hand fighting, and it's an overthrown ball. Simple as that.
Giving Ray Lewis his second ring and fooling some into thinking Joe Flacco was an elite quarterback. However, despite the loss, Kaepernick was suddenly one of the league's most feared players. But in 2000,
Good. Thank you. I thought he was going to show that Chargers highlight of him cooking us.
13, it was all about the noise in Seattle. It was the year where a second-year quarterback, a fifth-round corner, and a head coach most people had written off built the most terrifying defense in over a decade, and then trounced the greatest offense ever in the Super Bowl.
This was a crazy team because Legion of Boom, it didn't come out of nowhere, but it low-key just spawned out of nowhere. Low-key. Like, Pete Carroll Hall of Famer? No. And it's simply because of the one call he made the next year. No, he's not. Fuck no. I'm sorry. He's not.
Bowl. This was one of the most exciting regular seasons of the decade as well, one that was packed with offense. Despite catching passes from 3 different quarterbacks, Josh Gordon led the league in receiving yards.
My kids are going to know about Josh Gordon.
And posted back-to-back 200-yard games in one of the wildest receiver seasons ever. Peyton Manning in
This nigga was, bro.
his old age threw for a record 5,477 yards.
Damn.
And 55 touchdowns, won MVP, and made the Broncos look borderline.
And it's crazy because now weed is legal in a lot of places. Honestly, I believe NFL players should be able to smoke. Not publicly, but privately. I think they should still test them for THC. It's cool. Yeah, get the shit off my screen, bro. I don't even want to see that shit.
Line unbeatable. He
All I seen was a title. I'm good.
dismantled defenses, dropped 7 touchdowns in the season.
Hey, you know what's amazing? We still ain't seen no Chargers highlights. Now we've seen people score on y'all teams, but mine.
Season opener and managed to feed double-digit scores to all of Demaryius Thomas, Eric Decker, Wes
Y'all could keep saying fuck the Chargers, but y'all ain't seen my team get scored on any of these clips.
Welker, and Julius Thomas. Denver scored 606 points, the most ever in one season. Andy Reid took over a 2-14 Chiefs
Oh God, it's coming. Every Chief highlight is against the Chargers. It's coming, bro.
team, turned them into an 11 win playoff squad, with Jamal Charles racking up nearly 2,000 yards from scrimmage and 19 touchdowns. While Chip Kelly debuted with the
we don't got no bad plays against the Eagles, so we good.
Eagles and brought his up-tempo, college-style offense to the NFL, leading Philly to a division title.
Shout out Chip Kelly. Hey, don't y'all Eagles fans love Chip? I heard Chip was y'all's favorite coach of all time, goddamn. I thought Chip was y'all's favorite coach of all time. You know what I'm saying? If y'all didn't have Chip Kelly, he wouldn't be where you at right now. So really, y'all should be thankful. I'll be honest. Y'all should be thankful.
But up in the Pacific Northwest, Seattle was cooking up something just as scary. The Legion of Boom was their brand. Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, and Cam Chancellor patrolled the secondary. Bobby Wagner was in his second year, and Russell Wilson just kept winning. Seattle went 13-3.
Niggas, that's Sidney Rice? What the fuck? Sidney Rice on the Seahawks.
Won the NFC and hosted the NFC Championship game against the 49ers in what instantly became one of the most violent, emotional games of the decade.
Didn't LeVar Bowman break his leg in this game?
You remember, Colin Kaepernick driving, looking for Crabtree in the end zone. Sherman tips it for a pick and then spews a wrestling promo. Then came Super Bowl 48, the most hyped offense of all time versus one of the best defenses ever. And it was over immediately. Denver snapped the ball over Peyton's head for a safety to start the game, and it never got any better. Cam Chancellor laid the wood, Malcolm Smith had a pick six, Percy Harvin took the opening kick of the second half to the house.
This was just meat to meat.
And the game ended up with a final score of 43-8. Seattle became the team of the NFL. They were young, loud, brash, but they had earned every right
off of one pick six
to talk. And Manning, after easily the best quarterback season ever, walked off the field humiliated. But in 2014,
and this is why Pete Carroll's not a Hall of Famer.
All remember one play, one decision, and one moment. However, the year did have plenty else to offer. This was the most talent-rich season of the decade.
The 3 Bs.
Odell Beckham Jr. became a national.
This nigga ruined Madden. But I enjoyed the year that he did this.
National superstar with one Sunday night catch. J.J. Watt almost won MVP as a defensive end.
Hey, this was a special season from Watt, bro. This nigga had touchdowns, pick sixes, fumble recoveries for touchdowns. Nigga had rushing touchdowns. This was a crazy year from him. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I don't think we'll ever see some shit like this. And if he was on a better team, I think he would have won MVP. Who won MVP this year?
Tony Romo had the best year of his life.
Ew. Never mind.
Antonio Brown and Julio Jones were going toe-to-toe as the most dominant receivers of the decade. And Tom Brady, who many thought was slowing down, once again found another gear. And the next era of the Patriots dynasty. The regular season was packed with storylines. Aaron Rodgers won MVP with 38 touchdowns and just 5 picks.
Damn, that's crazy.
Leading the Packers to a 12-4 record and another NFC North title. DeMarco Murray led the league in rushing with near.
I forgot DeMarco Murray was a dog. That's why I love watching these videos, man. I forgot DeMarco Murray was a fun. Now, granted, the O-line was good, but I forgot this nigga was a dog.
Nearly 1,850
it's like the nigga wasn't super fast, but he was quick.
Yards. The Cowboys went 12-4 behind a monstrous offensive line and a revitalized Romo. Meanwhile, J.J. Watt was doing pretty much everything.
Yeah, he should have won MVP.
Everything. Sacks, forced fumbles, defensive touchdowns, even catching touchdown passes as a tight end.
Fucking crazy.
But no story defined the season like the Seahawks.
Fucking crazy.
After crushing Denver the year before, Seattle started a little slow but finished strong. Their defense returned to form, Lynch kept trucking, and Russell Wilson made just enough plays to carry them through the NFC. And the NFC Championship was one of the wildest games of the decade.
Hey, JD, look away.
Green Bay dominated for 55 minutes, but then unraveled. A Seattle fake field goal touchdown, a botched onside kick recovery, leading to a Seahawks win in overtime. In the AFC, the Patriots were back.
Then the nigga dime jaw. The nigga dimed him on the next play to fucking who was the receiver? It wasn't Golden Tate. It was, who was the other receiver, bro? It wasn't Golden Tate. Yeah, Javon Curse. It wasn't even a good one. It was Javon Curse. I was like, damn. And it was just like a fucking, like, it was a mix between a post and Jermaine Curse, I'm sorry. It was like a mix between a post and a go. He just ran.
After a rough 2-2 start and people actually wondering if Brady was done,
Mahomes,
New England moved on to Cincinnati and torched the league the rest of the way with Gronk, Edelman, and a newly acquired.
Hey, I remember when niggas used to go at Gronk's knees so much.
On to Cincinnati and torched the league the rest of the way with Gronk, Edelman, and
still couldn't bring him down.
Newly acquired Darrelle Revis. The AFC title game was a 45-7 blowout win for the Pats over the Colts, but the story of this game would ultimately become Deflategate, with allegations surfacing that the Patriots had tampered with football pressure, but again, they won by 38, so...
So we won that game, and then the next game was the Seattle.
Seattle was next.
I'm gonna watch that in a minute. Hold on, because I thought that might have been a clip. It's 12 minutes. Or when did he talk about it?
On to Super Bowl 49 they went, and that was a game that was close as could be. It was one of the best games in NFL history, a back-and-forth battle that ended in a way that no one...
Do y'all remember that nigga Chris Matthews? Bro. This nigga. Bro. Look at this.
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know why I randomly just thought about this. I don't know why I randomly just thought about this fucking car, but this nigga was a demon. Crazy shit. I'm sorry.
Could have ever imagined.
Random.
Seattle drove the length.
Because he like Chris Matthews would always just catch 2 or 3 passes that was just fucking ridiculous every like 4 games.
Of the field with a chance to win, 2nd and goal from the 1, and instead of giving it to Marshawn Lynch, they called a slant that Malcolm Butler, an undrafted rookie, jumped and picked off to make it a 28-24 win for the Pack.
Niggas used to have thousands and thousands of contracts, bro. That shit was terrible.
Brady got his 4th ring, and Pete Carroll got a lifetime of regret. Brady was back on top, but the Seahawks were gutted. That 1-yard decision haunted the franchise for years. It still does. And as for Deflategate, it would hang over the NFL for many months to come. 2014 was truly unforgettable.
This ain't a real highlight. You couldn't even tell it was the Chargers.
But if you remember 2015,
see, that was a Brady win. He turned the ball over. That was him punting and shit. You know, Brady used to fake punt, so that was probably a Brady punt shit. Yeah.
You remember Cam Newton either making you love or hate the dad.
Go back to what? I'm being serious. Look, it wasn't. It was the Chargers, but they lost
over the NFL for many months to come.
Look.
2014.
Because he punting the ball, we were down to score.
Was truly unforgettable.
Oh, shit. So it was 16-14, so they had just scored. We all know how that ended, though.
But if you remember 2015, you remember Cam Newton either making you love...
I gotta hear this shit just one time. I don't care if the video get muted in Belgium. Just the first 3 seconds. Whew.
Or hate the dab, the smile, and the Superman chest rip. You remember a quarterback who looked like he was having more fun than anyone else in the league. The league he was utterly dominating all by himself. The Panthers went 15-1 without their top receiver.
And it's crazy because people don't want to give Cam his credit. And I said this when we watched the other video about Cam. This nigga made Ted Ginn, Jericho Cotchery, and Kelvin Benjamin look like A receivers and B+ tier receivers every fucking year, bro. Well, not every year, but like for like this, the year before this year, and the year after. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's worse. And my bad. Philly Brown. That's worse than the Chargers receiving core. Devin Funches. Exactly. That's worse than the Chargers receiving core, bro. And I think Mike Tolbert was his like damn near starting running back. He did not have CMC on this team. He had CMC for 2 years, I think. No. He did not have CMC for this playoff run. They dropped the CMC in 2017. CMC was not here. CMC was in 2017 because they was good this year, bad in 16, and then 17 they drafted him. Or 16 going to 17. They didn't have D'Angelo Williams this year. They did not have D-Will never went to he was on the Steelers at this point. D-Will went to the Steelers.
But 2015,
all they had was Jay Stu and fucking Tolbert.
Wasn't all.
You want to know how I remember? Now this is the only time where like Madden Ultimate Team kind of helps because they had the Super Bowl cards, and this is back when the Super Bowl cards were actually like Super Bowl cards. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can. Jonathan Stewart, week 19. Is it this one? No. Yo, y'all remember? Oh my God, the nostalgia. Oh my God. The nostalgia. Oh, I missed this, man. I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't miss it, man. God. Oh. The nostalgia, bro. Golly. I'm sorry. That's why I stopped right here. And I pulled this Von Miller too.
Sunshine and rainbows. It was also the beginning of the end.
No. Jet. The thing about it, and back in like Madden, like pre-Madden 16, you really didn't have to spend crazy money on a game. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Pre-Madden 16, you didn't have to spend money like crazy money on the game. I'll tell you, like every year, you know what I'm gonna do? One of these days I'm gonna do a Madden Ultimate Team over the years video and like talk about each one and go in depth in each one and what I remember, and then obviously see what y'all remember. But Madden 15, speaking of Peyton Manning, had this card right here. They had these two cards right here. These two cards was some of the. Shout out my nigga, God. Shout out my brother, bro. Shout out my brother, man. These two cards.
Hey, it was Adam Fotex, but now one.
I'm gonna call this nigga tomorrow. He's on vacation now. These two cards were some of the best cards all season. All season. This Luke Kuechly was good for like 6 months. Like, bro. And it wasn't hard to get. All you had to do was play the solos to get it. That's it. You just play solos. You got these Style Master cards, and you put them in there. Now, you could buy them, I believe. But why buy them when you could just play the game and get them? And then y'all remember mystery cards? Bro, this is... sorry.
For one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Peyton Manning was officially breaking down before our eyes. His arm was shot and his body was giving out.
I was the first ever Mutt Master. Literally. I had niggas on Twitter trying to help me get the little collectibles. Let me see if I can find a video. It wasn't Odell Beckham, it was Sherman. Is that? Did I have to? Where's this video at? Huh? Wait a minute. Where my video at? Where your mom at? Bitch dab. Bitch dab. Bitch dab. Bitch dab. Here it is. No, it's not. Where's it at? Bro, I don't know where it's at. I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere. I don't know. It's somewhere. Maybe I did make a video out of it. I don't know. But I was the first one. Yeah, it was amazing.
But back to Newton, he won.
Nigga was a real no life. Yeah. I was. I even had, like, I had the first, I think I was like third row down.
Oh man, oh man. Not again.
Nigga, I thought this was editing fire right here, bro. I think I was the first one for both of them. But yeah, I was, yeah. Man, this is when I played the game hella, bro. I played the game hella, bro. This was insane. Good times.
MVP in a landslide, throwing for 35 touchdowns, rushing for 10 more, and he led a Panthers offense that didn't have a single.
Hey, you know what's crazy, JT? When Berg did that one for the Cowboys game,
X33.
Like,
this the same Madden when you called up Pizza Hut to complain about pack odds?
That I don't remember. Carolina's 15-1 dabbing on everybody. I know that shit pissed you off.
Elite wide receiver.
But now I remember Berg did a face for the Cowboys game, and niggas was like, "This you?" I was like, "The nigga looks normal." I was like, I don't know if niggas expected him to be some fucking 6'4" supermodel, some shit. I was like, nigga, he looks normal. Like, I don't know.
Greg Olsen was his best weapon as Kelvin Benjamin tore his ACL in the preseason. Yet Cam didn't let
Bert. The nigga just looks like a normal nigga. Like, I'm sorry. He just looks like a normal nigga.
that matter. Carolina's defense, led by Luke Kuechly,
Why you gotta eat a rotten coochie?
Josh Norman, and Thomas Davis,
He can't come out with us. Well, you'll be even worse when you see that nigga Adrian.
was just as good too,
You thought he was white? Bert used to say nigga all the time.
forcing turnovers, scoring touchdowns, and playing with the same emotion Cam brought to the offense.
I remember when I played you for 99, you gave me hell. Oh yeah, pre-Madden 18, I was a demon. Hey, like, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, Berg was a regular looking ass nigga. He was a regular nigga, bro. Like, I don't know. But me, Madden 18, and before that, I didn't give a fuck, nigga. If I could find this one blitz, I don't know what year it was, but it might have been like Madden 16. It was a blitz that was crazy, and all you did. No, it had to be Madden 15 then. It was an A-gap blitz. That shit was nasty, bro. Oh my God. I can't find it. It's fine. But, bruh, when I say, man, that was one of the best blitzes of all time. I'm sorry, we made this video so much longer than what it had to be. We committed up on an hour. We only watched 14 minutes of it. I'm so sorry. Let me try to find let me see if I can see. I didn't do it that much in the game, but nigga, it had to be this because I remember I was the Cardinals. I did it with the Cardinals. It's in a video somewhere. Let's see. Is it this one? No, it's not that one either. Fuck, I'll find it for y'all eventually. Oh, here it is. I think it's in this one. Hold on, let me see. I could, like, Nick, bro, I was a demon, bro. Listen, this is why I say, like, nigga, I used to be doing some crazy shit. Did I come back in this? I did. Ooh, wait, look at this. Niggas used to just float. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I can tell about the setup. Nope, this ain't the setup. Yo, the game used to be so much faster. It's crazy. This is crazy.
Offense, and
no.
Every single time he.
No. Can't listen to it. I'm gonna keep it muted, bro. It was out of this formation though. It was something where you put this nigga over here, moved him over here, and then he blitzed right down the middle. But I didn't do it in the videos like that because I didn't want to be super toxic. He caught that shit. But yeah, it was a one-man A-gap blitz. That shit was nasty, and I dropped that shit. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I lost this game. Yeah. Oh. Trey Waynes? Speaking of going down a fucking rabbit hole, Trey Waynes, bro. I know I didn't get this. Yeah. Trey Waynes. Oh, I'm sorry.
They steamrolled the NFC, dropping 49 on poor Arizona in the NFC Championship. The only bump in the road all year was a near upset to the Giants, where Odell Beckham Jr. and Josh Norman were just obsessed with each other the entire game.
Yeah,
meanwhile, in the AFC...
Bro, I used to be toxic. Yes. I used to be toxic on this game. Literally. Bro, I don't think I realized I've calmed down a lot when it comes to games. And I don't really be caring if I win or lose. I just don't want to lose in like bullshit ways. But, bro, I used to be like, I'm trying to find this blitz for y'all, but I doubt I did it. Because I never did it for videos. I would always just do it whenever I played by myself because I was like, I don't want to be that toxic. But, like, look, the guy used to be, bro. Look at all these adjustments. Look at all this shit. This was one of them. This was one of them. I could not do this one. So this was, y'all remember Mike Blitz 3? Or was it Sam Will 3? I forget what it was. But basically, these niggas got this one. He came in screaming. And he could do whatever to this side. This side didn't really matter. This shit was damn unblockable. Like, if you just look at this dude right here. Watch. You did that, and he got like a crazy jump. Like, look at this shit. Own that. Own that. Own that. Own that. Oh my God, bro, that's crazy. Yo, this was cinema. And I think I kept blitzing him too, look. No, did I not? I had Sam Buck. That's what it was. Sam Buck 3. Let me see if I went to it. Where's it at? Nope. I'll play, you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, I still got the ebooks on my computer. Shit, I might be able to pull them up if I can find them. Them shit's still in my documents. Let me see if I can find them. Documents. No, that's protein. Is this one? Yeah, if this pulls up. Okay, no, that's not it. That's not it. Cool. Book 2, no. Captains, no. First quarter. Mission. You think I'm playing, nigga? This should say Cincinnati Blitz book. Yo, I'm not, bro. This is just one of the many ones I have here. I used to be a demon, nigga. Look at this one. 3-4. Hold on, is it low? 3-4 book. Dime 2 through 6. Prowl slant through his team. Stock, Reeves left tackle. Blitz, right linebacker, and D tackle. Slant zone 2. Bluff press, slant 3 press, baseline crash, pitch. Like I used to be a demon, bro. I'm telling you, nigga.
The Broncos were winning,
listen,
but in a...
Oh, and listen, I had that too. Let me show you this. All right, this is the last one. I'm going to watch the video. Where is it at? Where is it? I just seen it. Book 2, right here. Yep. All this right here. Players I needed. All these was players that I needed for different little sets. Well, obviously this is is down now. Like the players I needed, but yeah. I used to be a demon.
Much different way than they had in the years prior. Peyton Manning.
It was bad, man. It was bad, man. What is this? I used to keep track of all this shit. Bro. All this shit.
He got benched, injured, and threw twice.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm still mad that. What the fuck is protein? This is what I thought I was eating healthy. I've been eating prunes since I was a little nigga, bro. See? I ain't just adapted to this prune life now, nigga. I've been eating prunes. Been eating prunes, bro. Been eating these shit. I can't trust you.
Twice as many interceptions as touchdowns, and was frankly cooked. Brock Osweiler stepped in, but would eventually relinquish the job back to Peyton via injury. However, the real story was their generational defense. Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware, and an elite secondary coined the no-fly zone. In the AFC title game, it was Manning versus Brady for the 17th and final time. Denver won 20-18, stopping Brady on a 2-point try after a late touchdown. But given the diminished state of Peyton Manning, many were all but handing Cam Newton the Lombardi Trophy heading into Super Bowl.
Man, if Cam would have won, bro, the whole city would have been on fire, man.
50. However, Denver's defense had other plans. Von Miller absolutely could not be stopped, forcing 2 fumbles, one of which was returned for a touchdown. Cam got sacked 6 times and never got in rhythm. He didn't dive for a loose ball after one of his fumbles in the 4th quarter, and people never let him forget it. The Panthers scored just 10 points. That dab disappeared, and Peyton Manning walked off into the sunset with his 2nd ring. Cam Newton was never...
I mean, you could tell him to dive, but that ain't saving nothing. Like, let's be real.
His fumbles in the 4th quarter, and people never let him forget it. The Panthers scored just 10 points. That dab disappeared, and Peyton Manning walked...
It's not a guarantee he's getting that. I get it, dive on it because you're competitive, but...
walked off into the sunset with his 2nd ring.
He also could have been thinking the ball is going to squirt out somewhere, so I'm going to just wait and then dive on that.
Cam Newton was never quite the same.
Right.
He'd have moments, but 2015 was by far his peak. Von Miller won Super Bowl MVP, and a truly dominant all-time defense took the crown for the 2nd time of the decade. But in 2016, you may recall one particular score associated with the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history.
Ty, look away.
Or one of the most unthinkable choke jobs, depending on your perspective, along with Colin Kaepernick sparking a national firestorm by kneeling during the national anthem.
Hey, they got these niggas out of here so fast, man. That shit was kind of sad. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Day after day,
they got, hey,
like I push
bro.
Against the clouds.
Hey, Eric Reed went from being a starting safety. That nigga was cut within 6 games. That shit, nigga, this shit was sad.
Them to protest racial injustice.
They got rid of him so fast.
But believe it or not, there were other football games that took place in 2016. It was a season.
I mean, political views, whatever, XYZ, but they got rid of that nigga so fast, it was crazy.
Season flush with exciting developments. The Cowboys became America's team once again thanks to 2 rookies, and even the Raiders were back. But the year started with Brady on the shelf, not for injury, but serving a 4-game suspension for allegedly playing a role in Deflategate. Jimmy Garoppolo started strong, got hurt, and then Jacoby Brissett stepped in. The Patriots went 3-1 without Brady, and when he returned, it was personal. He threw 28 touchdowns to just 2 picks over 12 games. New England went 14-2 and steamrolled into the playoffs. But Brady was not the MVP. That honor went to Matt Ryan, who finally put it all together in year 9. With Kyle Shanahan...
Man, wait till Herbert put that shit together. Niggas over for you niggas. I'm going to give Herbert year 7. Year 7 is up.
And calling the plays, Ryan threw for nearly 5,000 yards and 38 touchdowns. Julio...
This is the first Charger highlight 17 minutes in. I ain't even mad like that. It took y'all 17 minutes to find something against us. I ain't even tripping.
Jones was at the peak of his...
Yo, running the back is crazy, though.
Powers and Devonta Freeman and Tevin
you know what I'm saying? He good.
Coleman made for an elite backfield committee.
Damn!
The Falcons led the league.
He pushed that nigga like he was a baby.
Devonta Freeman and Tevin Coleman made for an elite backfield.
Is that Kenny Vaccaro?
Committee.
Who is that? Who's 24?
Falcons led the league in scoring, dropped 34 points per game, and looked ready to finally win their first ring in franchise history. In Dallas, the Cowboys went from worst to first. Tony Romo got hurt in the preseason, and suddenly it was the Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott show. Dak, a fourth-round rookie, played like a 10-year vet, and Zeke led the league in rushing. The Cowboys went 13-3, won the NFC East, and had an offensive line equipped to dominate for years. That was until Aaron Rodgers cut their heart out in the divisional round with that.
Them niggas thought they was gonna win. That nigga said, watch this.
That sideline laser to Jared Cook. But the NFC Championship was a romp as Atlanta buried the
they whooped their ass though.
Packers. And over in the AFC, the Patriots.
I don't know where it's at, but I know what you're talking about.
Treats.
That nigga said, I might be able to find by just doing this. Where is it at? They celebrate with 113-4. Laughing my ass off. Nigga, this right here is a legendary picture. This is a legendary picture. Oh, man. Bro, that's the one thing that I never had as a Chargers fan was like, when we down late, I'm like, oh, we got a chance. I always be like, it's over.
Handled the Texans and then survived the Steelers to reach their 7th Super Bowl under Belichick and Brady. And Super Bowl 51 started like a dream for Atlanta. They led 28-3 midway through the third quarter. Then, as we all probably know, Dante Hightower strip sack, Pat's touchdown, Julio made the catch of the year, but Shanahan called a pass play on 3rd and short instead of running and kicking the game-sealing field goal, which then led to a hold, a sack, and a punt. Brady led scoring drive after scoring drive to end up with a 34-28 overtime win. The Patriots scored 31 unanswered points. Brady had his 5th ring, and the GOAT conversation was officially over. Kyle Shanahan moved on to San Francisco, and the Falcons' window slammed shut. Matt Ryan had one MVP, but it was meaningless after the way that season ended. But in 2017, a backup quarterback, who was the worst quarterback in the...
Hey. We ain't even got no Chargers highlights, man. The fuck? Can we get some love?
NFL 2 years earlier outdueled the GOAT on the grandest stage. And Minneapolis got a miracle with a
Case Keenum got a highlight, man. Damn.
Backup of their own. The script that Goodell and his boys cooked up got tossed in the garbage. Carson Wentz was supposed to win MVP. Deshaun Watson was supposed to take over. Aaron Rodgers was cooking. And then they all got hurt. It was the year of next man up. Carson Wentz was the story of the season. In just his 2nd year, he had the Eagles rolling. He threw 33.
Man, come on, bro.
3 touchdowns in 13 games, was the runaway MVP favorite, and had Philly sitting at 11-2. Then,
he got one more time to show a highlight. I'm disliking the video.
In week 14, he tore...
I've been standing at this nigga's name in the bottom left this whole time, so I don't forget it. I'm reporting this video.
His ACL diving into the end zone against the Rams. Just like that, Nick Foles entered the picture. And everyone suspected Philly's season was over. In Houston, a rookie Deshaun Watson was decimating the NFL, throwing 18 touchdowns from week 3 to week 8 before a torn ACL in practice ended what was going to be a season for the history books. In Green Bay,
so your voice crack, nigga.
Anthony Barr shattered Aaron Rodgers' collarbone, and even in Seattle, the Legion of Boom succumbed to injury. But of course, Tom Brady stood tall. At 40 years old, he led the league in passing yards and won MVP once again. The Patriots went 13-3, making it look routine as they always did. The Vikings, with Case Keenum leading the charge following a Sam Bradford injury, went 13-3 as well. And the Rams, who went 4-12 in 2016, transformed instantly under new head coach Sean McVay. But no one could have predicted what happened in the playoffs. In the divisional round, the Minneapolis
Saints fan, look away. Look away.
miracle took place. With 10 seconds left, Case Keenum threw a prayer to Stephon Diggs, Marcus Williams whiffed on the tackle, and Diggs sprinted down the sideline for the game winner, advancing Minnesota to the NFC Championship, where the Eagles blew their doors off. Foles threw for 352 yards and 3 touchdowns, and at that point, it should have been obvious how for real this team was. In the AFC, Blake Bortles and the Jets.
These niggas got cheated. I'll never forget, I was at Twin Peaks looking at titties and football, and these niggas ruined my day.
Jaguars rode a dominant defense and a shockingly effective
soda fumble
playoff run all the way to the conference championship, but ultimately fell to New England. Super Bowl 52.
Nah. Okay. I see you a Patriots fan. You a Patriots fan. This is the good thing about Google and YouTube. I can look it up my fucking self. Bitch.
Doesn't look all that different. Watch out here. That was a
They were up 20-10 in the fourth.
pass. Football in his
Boom.
shoulder in front. A whole brigade, but
Fumble. He's not down.
Jack.
This is gonna be a fumble 6.
Comes up with the football. He's got the football in his hands. Oh, I think he got it, Jim. I think he actually got
That was gonna be a fumble 6.
it.
No, they called it a fumble, but they called him down. He didn't have the ball yet.
Did that just happen? The play of the year on offense. It was unbelievable. A double pass back.
The problem is them niggas have Blake Bortles as a quarterback. Ruined.
2 was a shootout for the ages. Brady threw for 505 yards. The Patriots didn't punt once and still lost. The Eagles pulled out every trick, including the Philly special, a gutsy 4th down touchdown pass to Foles before halftime. The game came down to one final stop, where Brandon Graham strip-sacked Brady, and that just about did it. Tom Brady was brilliant, but Foles became a Philly legend, winning Super Bowl MVP. Doug Peterson outcoached Belichick, and the Eagles had their first Lombardi trophy in franchise history. But Carson Wentz was never the
Must be nice.
same. However, in 2018, we got fireworks the likes of which we hadn't seen since 2013.
Can I see something about the Chargers, please? The Jags got a highlight reel, for goddamn sake, man.
As well as Tom Brady's
It's not what the fuck I asked for.
greatest challenger since Peyton Manning. It was a year headlined by Patrick Mahomes and the Los Angeles Rams. In his first year as the starter, Mahomes won MVP, playing quarterback in a way we had never seen. He threw for 5,097 yards and 50 touchdowns with throws across his body, no-look passes, and left-handed flicks. He turned every Chiefs game into a can't-miss event. Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill were in their absolute primes. And no disrespect to Alex Smith, but Andy Reid finally had a quarterback who could execute any play in his book. The Chiefs finished 12-4, with one of the losses coming in a 54-51 war against the Rams, where Goff and Mahomes traded blows all night, a game that is considered by many to be the greatest regular season bout of all time. But Kansas City locked up the 1 seed nonetheless. Le'Veon Bell sat out the entire 2018 season in a contract dispute, ending his time with the Steelers. And after missing all of 2017, Andrew Luck returned triumphantly, throwing for 39 touchdowns and leading the Colts back to the playoffs. However, the AFC
Leave me alone.
The Munge Bimp cheered. X33. Sit up V3 Jizzle.
No. Leave me the fuck alone. I ain't talking till I see some Chargers highlights.
Belonged to Tom Brady. The Patriots, despite some regular season turbulence, won 11 games, got the 2 seed, and turned into a machine in January per usual. Over in the NFC, the Bears acquired Khalil Mack from the Raiders, and he immediately transformed their defense, helping them win the NFC.
The fucking Bears got a highlight, bro.
NFC North. While the Saints were dominant, Drew Brees was the MVP runner-up, Michael Thomas caught every quick slant in sight, Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram were a two-headed monster, leading New Orleans to the number 1 seed. And the Rams matched their 13-3 record. Sean McVay's offense was humming with Goff and Todd Gurley, but Wade Phillips also had a defense led by Aaron Donald, who won Defensive Player of the Year for the 2nd year in a row. The NFC Championship game was a classic that became forever tarnished at the end. With under 2 minutes left, the Rams committed a blatant pass interference but did not receive a flag. The Saints had to settle for a field goal. The Rams tied it and then won in overtime. In the AFC, the Patriots and Chiefs went back and forth in a frigid Arrowhead. Mahomes was brilliant, but it wasn't enough to overcome Dee Ford's boneheaded offsides penalty that cost Kansas City a game-sealing pick. It ended in a 37-31 overtime Pats win. Then came Super Bowl 53, and after a year of offensive explosions,
weak-ass Super Bowl,
it was an ugly one. Belichick's defense choked the life out of McVay's Rams to win 13-3, the lowest scoring Super Bowl of all time. Julian Edelman won MVP almost by default. Brady got ring number 6, and Sean McVay got a harsh lesson in postseason football from Bill Belichick. Patrick Mahomes was clearly the future, but Brady was still the best there was. But in 2019, the greatest running quarterback in NFL history burst onto the scene. Antonio.
They done got everybody on here but the Chargers. Did we just not exist in the 2010s?
Brown melted down after a trade to Oakland, ended up getting released, and then had one game with the Patriots before again getting cut. Ryan Tannehill, of all people,
this nigga gave a fuck, man.
Beat Tom Brady in the playoffs. Michael Thomas broke the NFL record with 149 catches. Christian McCaffrey had a historic season, catching 116 passes and totaling nearly 2,400 yards from scrimmage. And Jimmy G.
That's why I draw the fucking line, bro.
He led a stacked 49ers team. Not only was 2019
this is ridiculous,
the end of this decade, but it also coincided with the end of the best quarterback generation. Brady was fading, or at least people thought he was this year. Drew Brees was on his last leg. Eli was on his way out, as was Phil.
Ah, there we go, goddamn! You know what I'm saying? I waited 24 minutes for that. Yes, sir.
And a new wave of young signal callers was invading the NFL.
We good now.
No one expected.
I'm gonna undislike the video now. That's all I needed to see. You got my like, buddy.
Lamar
Actually, you don't got my like. You got my, you know what I'm saying? We in the middle.
Jackson to be like this. Sure, people thought he fell too far in the draft, and he'd been fun in 2018 after he supplanted Joe Flacco. But in 2019, he became a truly one-of-a-kind quarterback. He led the league in touchdown passes with 36, while placing 6th in rushing with over 1,200 yards. The Ravens retooled their offense around him, and it worked beautifully. Baltimore finished 14-2, secured the number 1 seed, and Lamar joined Brady as the second ever unanimous MVP. But as we've become all too accustomed to with Lamar, in the divisional round, the 9-7 Titans stomped Baltimore behind Derrick Henry's 195 yards, mercilessly ending the Ravens' dominant season.
Turn the nigga into a lead blocker. Damn. He turned the nigga into a lead blocker.
And then they waltzed into Foxborough and ended Tom Brady's year as well. Over in the NFC, Jameis Winston became the first quarterback to ever throw 30 touchdowns and 30 picks in the same season, delivering pure comedy every week. Damn. But more importantly, the 49ers were back. After just having selected Nick Bosa with the number 2 overall pick, Kyle Shanahan was operating the best all-around team in the NFL. They literally ran through the playoffs, including a blowout win over the Packers where Jimmy G only threw 8 passes, as Raheem Mostert ran free for 220 yards and 4 scores. But the real story was Kansas City. After falling short in 2018, Mahomes came back with the chip on his shoulder that he needed. The Chiefs' playoff run became legend. Down 24-0 to Houston? Not a problem. They scored 51.
Damn! I ain't know it got that bad.
Down 17-7 to Tennessee? That didn't matter either. On to Super Bowl 54 they went.
They scored.
And the 49ers had Mahomes on the...
I'm gonna be honest, at that point, bro. We twisting ankles and biting faces and shit. Once you get to that, once you score 30 unanswered, we breaking ankles and tearing ACLs. Damn, Lando. Damn, EG. Came in at the wrong time. Oh, Lando, you had called me earlier when I was playing GTA Vice City. I was getting cheated. I couldn't answer. I was getting shot at when you called me.
Once again. Down 20-10 in the fourth quarter, it was looking bleak for the Chiefs. Until a 44-yard bomb to Tyreek on 3rd and 15 led to 3 touchdowns in 5 minutes. Garoppolo had a chance to take the game back with a minute and a half left,
And this nigga missed him.
but infamously overthrew what would have been a 49-yard Emmanuel Sanders touchdown, and the Chiefs won 31-20. With Mahomes earning Super Bowl MVP and Andy Reid finally taking home the championship that had eluded him for 2 decades. In the aftermath, Brady finally left New England for the...
What you mean 5 highlights against us? How come we don't see Chargers playoff highlights? Because, nigga, they forgot him. Because the video is only supposed to be 27 minutes long. So I'm assuming he was just saving us for its own video. You know what I'm saying?
Sunshine State, and Mahomes was the new face of the NFL. And the Chiefs officially kicked off the next great NFL dynasty. 2019 ended the decade with one era of quarterbacks dying out and another being born. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, I think you'll like this one too.